You're listening to a podcast developed and produced by the Association of Asian Pacific Community Health Organizations, AAPCHO. To learn about AAPCHO, its members, or the principles and values that have guided this organization's work for more than 20 years, please visit www.aapcho.org.
A Call to Action is AAPCHO's latest podcast series, commemorating advocacy efforts during World Hepatitis Day on May 19, 2010 in Washington, D.C. World Hepatitis Day aims to raise awareness of hepatitis B and hepatitis C to prevent new infections and to deliver real improvements in health outcomes for people living with these chronic diseases. Jane Pan is the Executive Director of the Hepatitis B Initiative, an organization mobilizing communities to prevent hepatitis B among at-risk groups, particularly Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. We'll listen in as Jane speaks with AAPCHO's communications assistant, Beverly Quintana, about her advocacy work to eliminate hepatitis B from our community. Hi, Jane. Could you please introduce yourself to the podcast audience?
Sure. My name is Jane Pan, and I'm with Hepatitis B Initiative of Greater Washington, D.C.
Thank you. So we have Jane here today to get her insights about Hep B advocacy and why it's important. Jane, how long have you been advocating on the topic of Hep B?
It's going to be about a year now that I've been advocating for hepatitis B, and it's been working really well, just educating the people about hepatitis. You know, the reason hepatitis is not well known, it's because a lot of people don't know anything about it.
Has progress been made as you see it since you started?
I think so, but it's like everything else, it's very slow. You know, you can start talking to people. We do the Hill visits and talking to congressmen and senators' offices, and we just don't know what the result is. There's not a right away, immediate answer.
What more do you think needs to be done from here on, the next steps?
We need to do more of it. Yeah, I think that the only way that if we continue to do it and keep going until one person will hear and make a big difference.
Why do you think it's important to have so many advocates out there talking on this issue, like today's visits? Why do you think it's important?
It's important because the number makes the difference. You know, if I'm only one person to be educating, then they say, why are you just one person? There's only one voice. So we need a lot of voices. And I think that is the reason why so many people don't know about hepatitis. It's because the voice isn't out there. So with the AAPCHO's grantees, with the number, just the number out there will make the difference.
What are the pressing Hep B issues as you see it in your local community?
Pressing issue is there is not a sustainable screening. We do go out and we do screening, we do education, we do vaccination, but it's not sustainable. So that's why we're doing the advocacy. The policy needs to change. So that's the biggest challenge that we're facing right now.
Do you feel that your visit here today and your presence at the rally has made any impact?
I hope so. I really hope that it will make a difference, you know.
Well, thank you, Jane. Do you have any other last words for the people listening about Hep B advocacy, or how can they contribute to the effort?
I think we all need to pull in together. This is very important. In order for the policy to change, we need to do this. We need to advocate for ourselves, for our community.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
This podcast was brought to you by AAPCHO. Please join the conversation on our Facebook fan page at facebook.aapcho.org and tune in for our next podcast at www.aapcho.org.